Have you ever gone to use the toilet, looked inside and thought, that needs to be cleaned? But then you just used it and left it for someone else, like your mom, to clean up later? Yeah, I thought so. Most people think that doing household chores is something to be avoided, but that's not the case. But don't worry, in this video I'm going to show you how to make household chores easier. The first step to making household chores easier is to stop trying to avoid them. When I was a young teenager, I would go visit my grandma. She lived in a small farming community, a small town. Well, work was important to her. Well, she used to try to make us work, and we tried to avoid it, or at least I did. Well, there was one time I wanted to go fishing really badly. They lived about 4 miles from the canyon. We'd go up and fish in the stream. I loved to fish. She wouldn't take me unless I'd finished mowing the lawn. Well, I didn't want to mow the lawn, so I put it off as much as I could. Finally went and got the mower and started mowing the lawn. But I was doing it begrudgingly, moping. I was wishing I didn't have to do it. Well, my cousins lived in this town, and one of my older cousins came by. As I saw him coming, I turned the motor off, and he walked up and said, "What are you moping about?" I said, "Oh, Grandma's making me mow the lawn before I can go fishing." He looked at me and said, "Well, what's so hard about that?" And he grabbed the mower, started it up, finished the lawn in about 10 minutes. I've spent more time and energy trying to avoid doing this work than it took to do the work, probably 2 or 3 times that much. So the first rule for you is to learn that lesson from me. Stop trying to avoid the work and figure out how to do it quickly. And you're in the right spot for that, because I'm going to show you how to do that in step 2. The second step is to list all the tasks or the household chores that need to be done for your home to be generally clean and organized. You can take a piece of paper or download this template from mystepdad.org/resources and then go to each room in your home and answer that question. What needs to be done on a regular basis for this room to be generally clean and organized? For example, if you go to the kitchen and you look around, what are the things that need to be done in order for your kitchen to be clean and organized on a regular basis? Well, one of them is going to be dishes. You don't want a kitchen full of dirty dishes. So you put dishes on your list. What else is there you need to do in the kitchen? Occasionally you're going to want to sweep the floor. Once in a while you're going to want to mop it. There may be other things. Clean out the fridge, empty the garbage, whatever you think needs to be on your list for you to have a clean kitchen, put that on your list. In your bedroom, what are the things that need to be done in here to keep it clean and organized? You're going to want to make your bed every day. You want to make sure you dust once in a while and vacuum. And don't forget the laundry. What about your bathroom? You're going to want to clean the toilet once in a while. It's a good idea to keep the shower clean. I find it best to do that every time I shower, squeegee down the walls. But whatever you want to do to keep it clean. Don't forget your sink, your vanity, and your mirror. How often are you going to clean those? And how are you going to clean those? And of course, we have floors in here too. What about living areas like a living room or a family room? When I was growing up, there were generally 3 things Mom expected us to do: straighten up, dust, and vacuum. If you can straighten up and dust and vacuum on a regular basis, your room is going to look a lot nicer. Don't forget, if you have things like houseplants, make sure you put the watering schedule on your chores chart. And don't forget things around the yard, like mowing the lawn. If you've got cats, don't forget to scoop the cat box. Here's a cautionary note as you make this list. When you're starting out, start with the minimum basics that you know would be better if you were doing them regularly. Just do those, and then add to that as they become habits for you. And if you're getting value from this video, then make sure you give it a like. Also, put in the comments what your least favorite household chore is. I'm curious to know. All right, kitty. Once you have your list put together, you've got categories as one column. That can be the room it's in, yard, bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, whatever. You've got the list of what it is, And you've put a frequency. How often do you think that should be done for your home or that area to remain generally clean? There's one more column I put on the template on the end, and that is for who should do it. If you live by yourself, that's an easy column to fill out. You get to do it. But if you live at home with somebody else, siblings, roommates, mom, dad, whoever, then have a discussion with them about who is the most likely person or the appropriate person to do that job, or put it on a rotation schedule. When you've done that, you're ready to move to the next step, which is put them on a schedule. This can also be downloaded at mystepdad.org/resources. Making a list of household tasks that need to be done and then doing them is the first milestone on the Map to Manhood. If you haven't downloaded the Map to Manhood, then get it here. When you're putting together your schedule, you want to keep a couple things in mind. If your neighborhood does trash collection on Tuesday, well, you'll probably want to have Monday mow your lawn and empty your garbage. That way it will be done and ready, and you'll get the maximum value of empty garbage cans for the week, or lawn clippings or yard waste out with the trash collection. Another thing to keep in mind is your work schedule. If you work during normal business hours on a Monday through Friday, then you might want to group some of these household tasks on Saturday morning. Whatever time makes the most sense for you, keep that in mind as you put it on your schedule. Once you've got your schedule all put together, there's two more things. First of all, where are you going to put it? I recommend putting it somewhere where it's not in everybody's face, but it's easily accessible. For example, I like to put ours on the back side of our pantry door here in our kitchen. So it's convenient to open it, take a look at it, what's the day of the week, here's my row, that's what I need to do today. Wherever it's convenient for you, make sure you put it there, but it needs to be somewhere that's readily visible, but maybe not in your face all the time. Now the last thing is, you need to do what's on the list. I'm going to do the dishes now. You do what you need to do to get going on your chores chart. After you've put together your chores chart, posted it, and you start doing it, you're going to notice two things. One is, it's actually easier than you thought it might be. Now, it may not feel like that at first, but you do it for a week, for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks, it's going to get easy. The second thing is, you're going to feel so much better about yourself and about where you live, and those two things are related, that you're going to be so glad you did this and wish you'd started it much earlier. This will make doing chores a ton easier than it was before, and you're going to have a much cleaner place to live. This channel is geared for young men that have grown up without a dad. If that's you, then I hope you'll subscribe. Now you know how you can make your household chores easier. In the description on this video, I'm going to put links to a whole bunch of different how-to videos like sweep the floor, mop the floor, how to make your bed, how to do laundry, how to fold clothes. I'm going to put a bunch of linked videos in there in case you don't know how to do any of those particular tasks, or even if you just want to see how I do them and you can compare to how you do them. Always remember, you can still succeed even though your dad may not be in your daily life, and you do have a dad that loves you. And I'll see you on the next video. This video is all about the first milestone on the Map to Manhood. The Map to Manhood is a guide for young men that have grown up without a dad. That's how I grew up, and I know there's challenges for guys that grow up without a positive male role model in their lives. I've put together an online program that takes this first milestone and adds to it the other three on this first path on the Map to Manhood. This is the self-discipline path. The other milestones include taking care of yourself physically, learning how to learn, and learning how to manage money. If these 4 milestones or those 4 areas of self-discipline are something that might be lacking in your life, then check out the link in the description to Stepdad's Bootcamp.